Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
So welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola, and today is another opportunity for us to chat all things hockey, focusing on what some might consider a legend in South African hockey. Her name is Sulette Damons, but now she recently got married and her new surname is Kotsia. And the funny thing about her is that she's a former Protea hockey player, and she's one of those with lightning speed slicing through the defense. She's an Olympian. She's been to 3 World Cups, and she's also been to 3 Commonwealth Games, and she's recently a teacher. Now, the one thing that caught my attention about her is she definitely knows how to break down those moves during those TikTok videos as well. Sulette, how are you doing this morning?
Hi, Aaron. I'm well, thanks. And you?
I'm doing very, very well. Looking at the backdrop there, we can see that you're a teacher and you're just busy in class. How has your day been in class so far?
My day has been alright. We just did a few assessments this morning and a few work, but the girls are out at break now. So yeah, I've got my break.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Now, looking at your journey in terms of the world of sports, we know that you're a former athlete. You did a little bit of swimming as well, and also tennis. How did you actually fall in love with the sport of hockey and you decided that, listen, this is the sport for me?
Actually, before I started hockey, I was a sprinter, so I did athletics, and it's quite a funny story. I think it was like grade 2 or grade 3. The team needed an extra player, so there were shorter players. And then obviously I was just nearby and they quickly asked me, don't I want to just help out? And I was like, okay, why not? I said to them, I don't know anything about hockey, but I'll just try my best. They gave me a hockey stick. I went on the field, and because I'm quite fast, all I did is when I got the ball, I just ran as fast as I can, and no one really could catch me. And then ever since they asked me, well, don't you want to be part of the hockey team? And that's how I started hockey.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, a great story to tell. But I also know that you're in a little bit of a different phase in your life. You recently got married, and I'm certain many ladies would love to hear a little bit more about that beautiful wedding dress that you were wearing on your wedding day.
Okay, well, our wedding is quite an interesting story. We were actually supposed to get married in December, and then this whole pandemic and lockdown happened, and we weren't too sure, like, were we going to get married in December? We're going to have to move it. And then we said, you know what, let's just do it now during lockdown. We could save some money as well. So that was a whole plan. And I actually hadn't even started with my dress, so I had to quickly make plans because everything was like hectic and in a rush. So I just went to YDE, shop there. I saw this beautiful dress, and I fell in love with it. So it was perfect for the small, intimate wedding, and that's how I got that dress at YDE.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. And I'm certain many ladies would actually be surprised that it's quite an affordable dress because it looks absolutely stunning, even if I have to say so myself. And then moving on a little bit to your hockey career, I mean, you've achieved so much throughout the close to 10 years that you were able to play on the hockey field as well. I mean, going to the Olympic Games, going to 3 different World Cups and going to 3 Commonwealth Games. What is that one moment that really stands out for you in terms of your hockey career?
Firstly, I think I've been very, very blessed to have been able to play for my country. And just the most incredible feeling being out there is singing the national anthem and just making your country proud. But I must say the tournament or the moment that comes to my head is definitely the Olympics. It's always been a dream of me since childhood, but I actually wanted to go there for athletics, for sprinting, because Marion Jones was my sprinting hero, but it turned out to be hockey. Just meeting all the other phenomenal athletes, the Usain Bolts, the Roger Federers, so that was a dream come true.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. I mean, you talk about those great athletes. Many of us still look up to them. And I'm certain it's a special feeling when you actually get to see them and witness their greatness in the flesh. But I would like to now get into the locker room a little bit, looking at some of the characters that you've been able to play with. And in every team, there's always a joker, the one that's always cracking the jokes. There's the silent assassin, the one that sits quietly in the corner, minds their own business. But when it comes to playing, they're absolutely lethal. and then there's the singer and dancer. Which of these characters do you remember in your dressing room?
Our locker sessions very, very interesting. So normally you'll have people's where it's serious, you get into the zone, but we first, as soon as we get there, we get about 15 minutes just to go crazy, let it go, just have a fun. And then obviously after the 15 minutes, we regroup and focus. But we do have quite a few characters in our team. Our joker is Nicolita Blanche. I think people would know her. We co-captained a bit together. She is funny. She always pulls pranks on people. So it's really a treat to have in the team. Our silent assassin, that's normally quiet and focused and just always has a phenomenal game out there, must be Shelley Jones. Shelley Russell. Now she also got married. She is really a player. I also look up to in the field. She's got like mad speed, mad skills, and never stops. She's like an energizer buddy. And then, of course, our entertainer, singer, dancer has to be Marcel Keat. She is so funny, great dancer. We always have dancing battles, myself and her. So, yeah, our locker room is quite fun before the game.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. It's so good to sometimes see the characters behind the scenes, because we always see you guys being so focused on the hockey field. So it's good to find out that there's some fun, entertaining characters in the locker room as well. But then looking at the landscape of hockey in the country, I know that you've also now retired and you're involved in a little bit of coaching. What would you say are some of the challenges that we still need to focus on in terms of actually getting our hockey to the level that some of the international countries are at?
I think if you look back to where hockey was back then to where it is now, I think we have made a bit of improvement, but we still struggle, especially financially, because hockey, there's no money. We don't really have big sponsors. We don't get paid, so we do this just for the love of the game, for the passion and the commitment. So obviously financial wise we're lacking for us to be able to go overseas, to go to camping tours and train and play against the best teams in the world, and just a better structure. I mean, most of the girls now, they're students, some are working, so we have to sacrifice a lot, and you can't always actually get off from varsity or work to be able to go to a camp tour. So we don't really have a lot of time together to gel, to work on what we need to do to be able to be there where the top teams are. So financial assistance will make a big difference and obviously get our hockey going.
Oh, very, very true. And then just lastly, I would love to find out from you, there are so many young ladies that are looking up to a lady like yourself, saying that someday I would love to don the green and gold for my country and play internationally. What advice would you have for this young lady that is looking up to you and saying, I would someday like to play at her level?
If I think back about my past, I didn't have the most wonderful or easy past, and I just want to say your circumstances doesn't define who you are, where you're going to be one day. So if you believe in something, you want to achieve something, just keep working hard, stay motivated, and always remember the end goal. It's really, really possible. It's been possible for me. I also thought when I was at school that we don't have much money. How will I be able to afford this? I've got no really a good support structure, but I believe people believed in me, and yeah, I made it. So work hard, believe in yourself, and it will come.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Love your story, love your journey, and I think most importantly, many South Africans are incredibly proud of what you've achieved over the past many years that you've played for our country. Sulette, I just want to thank you so much for your time. I want to thank you for being such an incredible ambassador for South Africa, but also that you're a great wife, and also the fact that now you're a fantastic teacher that is giving back so much to so many young children throughout South Africa. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all that you do for South Africa.
Thank you, Aaron, for having me. And I'd also like to thank South African Hockey for supporting me and allowing me to express myself and reach my goals. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.